Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing No Ban Pauper. That's right, this is a Pauper event that I created in the No Ban Pauper Discord, which you can join in the description below. And this was a Swiss rounds with the top 4. We had 12 attendees. So this list specifically, we're playing Chatterstorm. Chatterstorm was dominant in the Pauper format when it was legal, but some of these cards weren't even legal with it. So in this deck, we're playing 4 ban cards, Gitaxian Probe, which is a 0 mana, because you're going to pay with 2 life to look at target player's hand and draw a card. So that's a cantrip for 0 mana. We've got Arkham's Astrolabe. This can be paid with snow mana, so I have all snow mana base, and then it is basically Prophetic Prism. But what this does is it adds artifacts. So I'm playing it instead of Chromatic Star. I like being able to play this on turn 1, and then you can Deadly Dispute it later. And we have Chatterstorm, which is create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token with Storm. Very good in that it just goes wide really fast. And you can pair that with First Day of Class. So it says whenever creature enters the battlefield under your control this turn, put a counter on it, and it gains haste until end of turn. It has Learn, but I didn't put any lessons in the sideboard. So what this does is, if you have Storm 8, you cast First Day of Class, that's Storm 9, then you cast Chatterstorm. You make 10 2/2 squirrels with haste and attack them for 20. So this can happen as early as turn 1, and this combo here only takes 4 mana, which is why I'm playing it over specifically Empty the Warrens, even though it's green. And then the other card that's banned is Galvanic Relay, and Galvanic Relay is probably my favorite card of all time. It says exile the top card of your library. During your next turn, you can play that card with Storm. So we're going to churn through our deck, make a bunch of Storm count, cast Galvanic Relay, and basically wheel. Or even get, if you create 2 Galvanic Relays, you cast it twice, you're going to be just starting your turn with like 50 cards. Not really 50 cards, but like 20 cards sometimes, which is really powerful. So because we have these cantrips with Gitaxian Probe and Arkham's Astrolabe, I'm actually only playing Deadly Dispute as my draw spell, but it seems to work out pretty well in this deck. And then we have Manamorphose for fixing as well as Arkham's Astrolabe. Deadly Dispute makes a treasure token for fixing and Lotus Petal for fixing, so I don't find it very difficult to actually get the green mana. In the sideboard, what I've decided to do here is go for a Go Big package. So post board, I have Feldon's Cane, 2 Mountains, Night's Whisper, and Kessig Flamebreather. So I can bring all of that in post board and cut on the First Day of Class and Chatterstorm. And that will make it so that I have a combo that's basically more leaning on going into Galvanic Relay post board. Not as fast, but hopefully more resilient. And then we have Pyroblast for the blue decks and Weather the Storm to stay alive versus like a Grapeshot or a Turbo Initiative potentially. And Feldon's Cane is awesome because when you exile your whole deck with Relay, you need to untap and actually do stuff. So we are going to just put all the cards back into our deck and then go off again. So that is the deck. Gitaxian Probe is vintage legal, so it's still kind of pricey, but Weather the Storm isn't legal anymore, and it's not really played anywhere. Not Weather the Storm, but Chatterstorm's not really played anywhere else, so it's not too hard to pick up. If you do want to pick up the cards for this, check out Card Market. They're the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe, and awesome place to build out a battle box and have a no-ban Pauper tournament of your own. Make sure to check out Patreon, which is patreon.com/kalikaiz, for a lot of sideboard guides and information on how to play the decks that I'm pretty good at. And make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate that. It helps me grow the channel and makes me know that you liked the video. Plus, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about No Ban. And check it out and join the next No Ban tournament. We will see you there, and let's go ahead and get into the matches. Okay, match 1. I had to record with no sound because it was late at night. We're just going to go ahead and check it out. So this is a an unkeepable hand. We have to mulligan. We have no lands. This was against a opponent who is also on Storm, but they're playing Grapeshot Storm. We mulligan into a really decent hand. We got lands and spells, double probe, and a Galvanic Relay, which looks really good. We're going to keep it. Putting back maybe this, the synthesizer makes sense. Our opponent leads on a mountain. They pass the turn. We go Gitaxian Probe, check out what they're up to. We pay the life, we go to 18. Our opponent is on Dark Ritual, Vault of Whispers, Grapeshot, Deadly Disputes. They don't have anything going on for their turn. We can afford to wait. We're just going to slam the Astrolabe and pass the turn. So I guess there's some consideration to maybe go for the Galvanic Relay here. And it looks like that's what we're going to do. Because we have Lotus Petal into Dark Ritual, we can filter for Rite of Flame, or we can Deadly Dispute the Dark Ritual. All right, Probe Resolve, we cast a Lotus Petal. We find a Dark Ritual off the Probe, which is really sick. So we can Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual. Here's a second. We're going to filter for red, Rite of Flame, that's 4 mana. We can just Deadly Dispute the Astrolabe right now. See what we draw. Drawing into Rite of Flame, Dark Ritual, and Chatterstorm. So we have a ton of mana. We could just go Dark Ritual, Chatterstorm, Galvanic Relay, or just spew everything, and that'll draw us like 10 or 15. So it'll be Storm of 7, 8, Chatterstorm on the table, Galvanic Relay, we would draw 10 cards. Or we can just play the Galvanic Relay right now, but we don't have that much mana left over. So it probably makes sense from this position to either Rite of Flame or Dark Ritual and then Galvanic Relay. If we leave the Dark Ritual post Relay, then we have a bunch of extra mana because we can Dark Ritual. So it looks like I'm just going to go for Galvanic Relay here. That's 9 cards, so a big wheel. That was turn 1. We found Morphos, Cabal Ritual, Snow-Covered Swamp, Dispute, Rite of Flame, Relay, Dark Ritual, Relay. So double Relay plus a bunch of mana. And we have Chatterstorm in hand. Our opponent's turn 2. They Dark Ritual. Deadly Dispute the Vault of Whispers to draw a card. And that is it. So now we're untapping. They have Dark Ritual, Grapeshot in hand. Let's expand this. We're going to go Dark Ritual into Cabal Ritual. And then I like to do yield through this turn so that things just resolve really fast. We cast a Cabal Ritual here. And then play the Mountain. Since we do need the red source, play the Rite of Flame. Okay, Rite of Flame. We have a ton of mana. We can Manamorphose making green-red. And then we find First Day of Class so the game is over. Now it's just make a bunch of Storm. We can Deadly Dispute the Treasure Token, draw some more cards. We find a Synthesizer, so we can actually Rite of Flame and then play the Synthesizer. We'll exile a card. Storm is 8. Find a second Chatterstorm, so it's just GG. However you want to do it. We can First Day of Class. We'll pitch the Mountain, because I don't have any lessons. I can't cast the Astrolabe because I don't have snow mana available. And we can just Chatterstorm twice. I'm going to Galvanic Relay first, just because I can. And then we still can Galvanic Relay again and cast Chatterstorm twice. Although, yeah, and there's like nothing they could possibly do, but we're just going overboard. Might as well. And our opponent is a Storm player as well, so they like to let us have the fun. Exiling tons and tons and tons of cards. We're going to Chatterstorm. That's turn 2. So this is why these cards are banned. That's crazy. Squirrels entering the battlefield. And that is it. We could have gone for the double squirrels, but no problem. So in the sideboard, I am going to convert to the Kessig Flamebreather Weather the Storm plan. We're bringing in Feldon's Cane, the Flame Breathers, the Weather the Storms. We're going to cut the whole First Day of Class Chatterstorm package. And we don't necessarily need to try to go bigger, but I'm bringing in the 2 lands, Feldon's Cane, Flame Breathers, all the Weather the Storms. Just 2, I guess, at the moment. We'll trim down to 2 Flame Breathers. Okay, there's the Night's Whispers coming in. I need to make 2 more cuts. 1 Astrolabe gets cut, and 1 land. So we're submitting with 13 lands. All right, we have a turn 1 Astrolabe, and then we're holding up Weather the Storm for their turn. So I feel like that's pretty solid. We would get kind of hammered if they do duress the Astrolabe on turn 1. They lead on Great Furnace, so no duress. Find a second Astrolabe, so we're just going to slam this Astrolabe. Okay, we draw a card. Drawing a Manamorphose. So here I have to leave up Weather the Storm on their turn 2, when I pass. Because I have no other response, basically. If they can go all in and go after me, I want to Weather the Storm on their turn. Okay. Our opponent is passing. So we're just going to play land and Astrolabe. You could play a bunch of spells and try to relay here. We don't currently have enough to, well, it's kind of sketch. I think I want to try to relay on the next turn. They probe. So they know what we're up to now. Dark Ritual from the opponent. So I'm holding on to my Weather the Storm. They go for a Duress. So at this point I'm like, I probably should have just gone Manamorphose, Weather, but I feel like they're going to take the Galvanic Relay. So I'm just going to let this resolve. They take the Weather the Storm. So they're leaving me with Relay, so if they can't win this turn, I'm okay. And I can draw 2 cards to try to look for a Weather the Storm if they go for the win here. Plays a Lotus Petal into a Lotus Petal. They have 4 cards left in hand. They're floating blue, and they are playing Treasure Cruise in their deck, so I'm expecting them to Treasure Cruise here. Alright. They have 4 mana. Floating 5 mana now. Cabal Ritual from the opponent. Storm is currently 6. They have 3 cards in hand. So they're going to Grapeshot me. So we might be dead, I guess. They'd have to have more Grapeshots here. Alright, all the Grapeshots are resolving. We're at 13. Cabal Ritual from the opponent. So they did that so they could have a full Cabal Ritual. They have 1 card left in hand. That means it's probably the Treasure Cruise, and they're going to see 3 new cards, and then we'll see what happens from there. They play the Treasure Cruise, draw 3 cards. Now, if they fizzle here, we probably just wreck them because we can go off with Red of Flame, Morphos into Galvanic Relay. If I find 1 mana, they Cataxian Probe down to 16. Still 3 cards in hand. Storm is 10. They need 2 more spells on a Grapeshot. So like Deadly Dispute their land into spell Grapeshot. They Deadly Dispute their land. So we're looking like we might lose this turn. Plays a Mountain, 3 cards in hand. Cast Duress. Now they're probably going to take the Relay. Sort of disappointing there. But Duress kind of indicates that they don't have anything going on. Okay, Relay is gone. That was 12, so Storm 13. If they have Grapeshot, we're dead. But they passed the turn. We're at 13. Alright, so we don't have anything going on. I'm just going to start pinging them. Play Kessig Flame Breather. Let's get Taxian Probe and see what's going on in their hand. Paying life. We'll always yield to the Flame Breather trigger. So they just have 2 lands in hand. And I think I want to go for double Manamorphose, see if I can draw into a Storm spell. So we'll make red-black. We're going to filter. Manamorphose, ping them to 14, go red and black. Another Flame Breather. So I think I'm just going to put that on the table here and pass the turn. It's very unlikely for them to actually get anywhere here. And we can attack for 2 plus ping on every spell for 2 damage. They play a Swamp. We have a Night's Whisper. Can just cast that. Draw 2. They go to 12. We go to 9. Okay. The Dark Ritual. Looks like the recording failed because my machine died, but we ended up winning that. They didn't have anything else going on. So sorry about the weird game 1, but matches 2 and 3 are going to be live. Match 4 died, so that's going to be a replay. Match 5 and 6 are live, so we will see you there. All right, we're here in No Ban Pauper round 2 versus Sean Brook, who's on Mono Red Blitz. Okay, we're looking for a fast hand. We have a Squirrel. We have an Astrolabe. I think I can keep this. I'm not going to turn 1D. Right? We're going to go land, Astrolabe, pass. Okay, find a Ritual. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Red of Flame, Kiln Fiend. Okay, so we're looking for first day of class. We're looking for a... what's his face? Not a Lotus Petal. We'll go a Dark Ritual. I'll Manamorphose. Or red-green. Red-green. And a Deadly Dispute. We can Deadly Dispute away the Astrolabe. Probe, see what's in their hand. We have 2 mana available. They have Battle Rage and Lava Dart. Okay. So let's go Petal. Let's make some black mana. Cabal Ritual. I'll Manamorphose, making red-green. So I have double Squirrels. If I have first day of class here, they're dead. Don't have first day of class. But I do have
21 power. Chatterstorm and F6. Chatterstorm again. Okay, your turn. I think that we can probably try to go for the kill because they don't have any second land in play. They have mutagenic growth. They can't cast the lava dart right now. If they attack with everything, we can shove 2 in front of the Kiln Fiend and the rest on the Swift Spear. Oh no, 4 on the Kiln Fiend and the rest on the Swift Spear. They're not going to attack with everything. Okay. We have a Galvanic Relay. So let's start off by attacking with everything. So right now, if they block 2, we have to put them on a clock, right? So if I attack with everything here, they're going to take 10. Then I can attack for lethal next turn. All right. There's probably no reason to just cast the Galvanic Relay. They take 10. Let's see if they have a second land. All they can do is just go mutagenic into Battle Rage, though, so I don't think that will kill me. They're going to Lava Dart face, okay? I don't think that wins. Okay, it sounds like they have nothing, so that's good for me. Lava Dart. They could go land Crash Through into mutagenic. Is anything good? I have to check their list. Okay, this is open deck list. They have nothing that they can do here. I'll just do this. I think they're just dead. Okay, sweet. So we're up a game. Now, I think we just need to do the same thing again. I don't think that having more, like going for the Weatherstorm plan is necessarily a viable option. I guess they're kind of a Blitz deck. I mean, there obviously are a Blitz deck, right? So we just want to try to turn 1 them again. The option that we have is just like playing the Weatherstorms as like a stall plan. I don't know if it gets out of range though. We could cut the first Dave class and the Chatterstorm and do that. And then maybe bring in some Night's Whispers, but I don't know. I don't think that's a great plan. So we know that they're going to have Electricity post board. We only have 1 land here. I think I have to mulligan this one. It's sketchy. They're keeping 7, so they probably have a good hand. Let's mulligan. Okay, we have the relay. We have a turn 1 relay. I'm going to keep it. Put back a Dispute. Do they have a turn 1 creature? They have a Monastery Swift Spear. They're getting in for 1. We have double Petal. So land, Rite of Flame. Let's Manamorphose. Black-red. Morphos again. For black-red. We can Petal, Chatterstorm Relay. Or just Petal, draw a new hand. Boom. I think I need to keep the mana in play. Let's draw 7 cards. Okay, we draw Rite of Flame, Swamp, Mountain, Probe, Chatterstorm. So we can cast double Chatterstorm maybe this turn. They're going to Morphos. Let's see if we're dead. No, a problem is that if they have Rite of Flame in their hand, then it's going to draw them. It's going to give them a bunch of mana. They have to be able to really power up their creature and Battle Rage, but they don't have it. They're just going to get in for 2. Okay, we have the first day of class. Ba-boom! Alright, so let's lead on Probe. And what do they have? They have Electricity in hand and Rite of Flame and Mountains. So let's play the Swamp. We'll go Rite of Flame, Synthesizer. I think there's like no way that we don't win right now. Oh, this deck is nuts. This is turn 2. Cabal Ritual. Cast first day of class. And then no learn. Synthesizer. Find a land. We get a 3/3. And then I'll go ahead and make green mana. Make green mana again. Nice little turn 2 over here. We came to play. Here comes the squirrels. I definitely should have put a lesson in my sideboard, but it's fine. What a broken deck. Okay. Send in the team. All right. See you in round 3. We're here in round 3 of No Ban Pauper playing some Storm. Our opponent is on a Gush Terror deck with Daze and Foil and Counterspell, so I don't think I can keep a 1-lander. I'm going to mulligan. The best card in the deck is Galvanic Relay. We have that in hand. Let's keep this. Put back the first day of class and say done. And then we're just going to make a lot of land drops until it looks like we're going to die in a turn or two, and then go for a Galvanic Relay and try to force through. They play an island. We'll go Mountain Pass. You don't have to play into Daze. Found another Relay. Pass again. Play an island and a Delver. Play Mountain. I'll pass the turn. Trying to play around Daze still. They're going to Brainstorm, setting up their Delver. Let's see what they flip on. They find a Lorien Revealed. They're going to cycle the Lorien Revealed for an island on upkeep. I guess they just wanted the land. But they do flip the Delver into a 3-2. 5 cards in hand. We get in. We're at 17. Let's see what we draw. First day of class. Let's go land, Lotus Petal. Let's probe you. Doesn't change the clock. They have double Counterspell. All right, I'm just going to relay here for 3. Pass the turn. They do have Mystic Sanctuary and Daze. I'll pay the 1. Well, they returned an island. Did they return an island or just pay the... They just cast it. All right, I'll pay the 1. We find Chatterstorm, Mountain, Synthesizer. They get in for 3. I don't understand. Okay, they play the Sanctuary. I'm going to put Lorien Revealed on top. Okay, they have a bunch of... Okay, let's see. Let's start with the Synthesizer. Guess I'll cast a Rite of Flame. They go Counterspell. Alright, we're going to play land and pass the turn. Pass again. They get in for 3. 1 Counterspell down. They have Lorien Revealed back in hand. And I think they have a 5th land in hand. We're at 9. Plays the land. Hardcast Lorien Revealed. Okay. I guess we're looking out for a foil. Go land. Manamorphose. Go red-green. Cast Cabal Ritual. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. In first day of class and pitch this mountain. And if we find a ritual that we can cast for 1 mana, then we can Galvanic Relay into Chatterstorm. But I'm expecting that they just... So they're going to use a foil. And then I'm just going to cast Galvanic Relay. We draw 5 cards. Another Relay in there, that's good. We're going to hit down to 6. Next turn I do my stuff. Then we get hit down to 3. Then we have to win. They probe, see my Chatterstorm in hand. They still have... I think they used the Counterspell before. So I just don't know what they have in hand anymore, I think. Or they discarded the Counterspell to the foil. Nice. They cast a Treasure Cruise, drawing 3 cards. We don't have any mana right now. We go to 6. I have a Rite of Flame. So let's play the Swamp. Cast Rite of Flame. Cast Astrolabe. I guess they can just counter my first day of class. 1, 2, 3. We'll cast a Lotus Petal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Cast an Astrolabe. Form is 4. We draw a card. We have a Cabal Ritual. So, Cabal Ritual, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. If I Cabal Ritual and the counter, I'll have 2 mana, 3, 4, 5 total mana. I think I should just relay into relay, because it'll be 5 plus 6 cards. Cast Galvanic Relay. Tap this. F6. Draw 5. On the next turn anyway. And play a relay. Okay. So there's no Flusterstorm in this format. Galvanic Relay is a super awesome card. I love it. They're probably going to be on Hydroblasts and stuff post-board. Okay. We have to find our 3 first day of classes to win, because they're going to hit us. We go to 3. I guess we can see what's in their hand. But going to 1 doesn't do that much for me, right? Plays an island, 4 cards in hand. Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is play my land from exile. Cast a Dark Ritual. Cast an Astrolabe. Probe you. So we see Spell Pierce, Terror, Foil, Counterspell. So they can cast Foil, Counterspell. Let's cast a Cabal Ritual. Cast another Cabal Ritual. They were afraid to cast that. So they're looking to cast Foil and Counterspell here. They cast a Spell Pierce. Okay. I'll pay. Let's Deadly Dispute on the Synthesizer. So they're hoping that we can't draw the rest of our deck because they can counter 2 first day of classes. Find 1 first day of class. Play a Synthesizer. Ball Ritual again. They have 6 mana. Let's Morphos. Make some red mana. We have 17 cards. Let's Dark Ritual. And Synthesizer. Finding a Probe. Synthesizer again. Lotus Petal. Cast Petal. Cast another Petal. Alright, let's go ahead and make a blue. Actually, I might need the mana here. Let's Gitaxian Probe you. Go to 1. Anamorphose, making red. Another first day of class, and we just need one more first day of class to win the game. Let's make a blue. Cycle a Probe. Deadly Dispute, okay. So we can Deadly Dispute the Synthesizer, basically draw 3 cards. If we find one more first day of class, the game is over. We find Deadly Dispute. Let's Deadly Dispute again. Draw Astrolabe, okay. Not that great. Rite of Flame, okay. So we can draw a lot of cards here. Rite of Flame again. So now I can Deadly Dispute again. The Synthesizer. We'll go to 2 cards in Library. So I guess I just need one more card draw spell. And find out. We can play the Astrolabe for 1 mana. This is kind of silly. Last card in the deck, Manamorphose. Make green. First day of class. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. Yes. First day of class. Counterspell. Okay. First day of class. Counterspell. Okay. How about another first day of class? No learning. Chatterstorm. And yield through this turn. Oh man. This just takes a while to actually get all the squirrels on the table. Alright, so I feel like Galvanic Relay, Bullying Blue made sense. Like, they couldn't really beat all my card draw. The question is, do I actually want to turn into a just Galvanic Relay deck post-board? That's been my plan, or it was my plan. I don't know if it's good enough, but I think I'm going to stick with it. We know the only thing left in their hand is a Tolarian Terror, and it's wasting a lot of clock to just put them on the table and they concede. We're at 0 cards in the library. We've got the squirrels. Awesome. Okay, so we want to cut all the first day of class in Chatterstorms, bring in the Mountains and the Feldon's Cane, and the Pyroblast and the Kessigs, and then the Night's Whispers, and trimming on 1 Astrolabe and 2 Cabal Rituals. Maybe 2 Astrolabes. Nah, I think it's good that way. So the idea is that I'm going up on lands, and I'm trying to win with Galvanic Relay. I'm not sure if it's going to work. We can Pyroblast if there's something like early that I have to deal with. Maybe I don't want to have so many Kessigs, but I feel like it's good. I think it's good to have that many. Okay. So, we have lands. We have tons of mana. So if I draw a Relay, I will just Distrominate. I guess I'm going to keep it and hope that I can draw some cards that draw cards. Our opponent probes, sees that I have nothing. Plays Island Delver. Okay. Land, pass the turn. Let's see if they can flip again and then pressure me. It's a 7-turn clock. Counterspell from the opponent. What do you got? Plays another probe. Sees that I drew a Rite of Flame, or a Manamorphose. It's in for 3. Okay. Plays Consider. Looking for a land. Bottoms a Hydroblast, finds a land. Land. So it doesn't change the clock, really, does it? It does change the clock slightly. That's okay. I'm going for it. Let's probe you. Gush. What is going on? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have Thought Scour, 3 counterspells, and a Gush. So they don't currently have a way to counter my Rite of Flame. Next turn they will, though. Okay, so let's Lotus Petal, and then Morphos, I guess. Morphos for red-black. Black-red. Find a Synthesizer. I'll go Rite of Flame into Synthesizer. Pyroblast. Okay, I can go ahead and kill the Delver. Then I'm going to play out the Lotus Petal here. That's the turn. So the heat is off of us. They Thought Scour, milling Brainstorm Daze. Plays a land. My turn. Find a mountain. Play the mountain and pass the turn. They're likely to tap 2 lands and gush this turn, and go back to 1 land in play with counterspell in hand. They cycle Alluring Revealed for a Mystic Sanctuary. Alright. What are you going to get back? Hydroblast? I guess then I probably want to... I guess they can go... I don't know what they're going to get back with that Sanctuary, though. I feel like on my next turn I want to crack the Synthesizer. They're getting back a Consider. Looking for a threat. They gush into the Consider. Considers. Puts a card on top. Probe. Brainstorm. Plays a Delver. So they don't have Counterspell up right now. Play a land. Did not have played a land there. Let's crack the Synthesizer. Finding a land. That was a big mistake. Pass the turn. Will the Delver flip? Delver flips on a Brainstorm. They have a land. Brainstorm in hand. We know all these cards. Gush is gone. Okay. They're at 14. We go to 12. They Brainstorm. Looking for a Terror, I guess. Did not find anything. Finding Kessig. I'm just going to play the Kessig out. They're going to use the Counterspell. Attack. They go to 12. They Thought Scour, milling Island. Holding up Counterspell still. Gets in for 3. I probably should not have removed any of my card draw effects, like getting rid of the... Okay, what's they going to pick up the Sanctuary? Picks up a Gush. Okay. Valerian Terror. We're probably dead now. Alright. Yeah, I think this is it. Concede the game. Let's draw some cards. Okay, my hand was just not keepable. I needed to have card draw in the opening part of my hand, so let's put the Astrolabe back in. We should be able to force through, but maybe I can just get rid of 1 mountain. We're on the play, so that gives us like a whole nother turn to actually force. Okay, here we go. We're on the play. Mulligan this one. Alright, this looks good. We can put back the Flame Breather. It doesn't help us here. And then go land Astrolabe. They can't do anything about that. We draw a card. And then I'm looking to just draw into a couple of rituals to spam out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's pass the turn. No turn 1 Delver. Land. I'll pass the turn again. They Consider. I think turn 3 I'm going to lead on the Rite of Flame. And then the Synthesizer. Opponent plays Island. We have a land, so I'll just make my land drop and pass the turn. I want to get this relay as huge as I can with as much mana post-relay as possible. They Brainstorm. I think Galvanic Relay is just the sickest card. They Thought Scour away a Gush and a Thought Scour. Okay. Turn 3 for the opponent. Plays a land. I find a Pyroblast. Let's play a Rite of Flame. Okay. I'll pay. Play a Lotus Petal. So now we can relay for 4 and not have lost any of our stuff. Relay. Our opponent's cycle is Alluring Revealed. Alright. Alright, I got a call in the middle of what was happening, but my opponent played Mystic Sanctuary. They chose not to use the ability, and now they're delving their graveyard to cast Treasure Cruise. They draw 3 cards. So off our 4-card relay, we hit 2 Swamps and an Astrolabe and a Gitaxian Probe, all of which is kind of mediocre. They're back up to 7 cards in hand. We can afford, I think, to just play the Probe for life and just draw. I was hoping to get a little bit more out of that relay, though. Opponent's just passing. So let's play the Astrolabe off of a land. They're probably not going to counter that. We draw a card, put a card in hand. Play a Swamp. We'll probe our opponent. Going to 18. They have 7 cards in hand. Cryptic Serpent, Hydroblast, Spell Pierce, Counterspell, Deprive, Counterspell. I'll Gitaxian Probe again. For a blue mana, just cycling it. If they want to Spell Pierce, I'll pay for the Spell Pierce. So we got the Spell Pierce out of their hand. We know we find a Deadly Dispute. So let's just pass the turn. Cryptic Serpent costs 2 mana. And then if they use a Counterspell, we have the Pyroblast for the Counterspell. Play a Delver. We have a Manamorphose. Let's start with a Dark Ritual. I guess I'm pretty reliant on drawing into a relay here. That's a bit sketchy. We cast a Deprive. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cast a Deadly Dispute on this Astrolabe. I've got another Dark Ritual. They have exactly Hydroblast. They picked up Sanctuary. I'm going to try to do something. Let's go Dark Ritual, cast Manamorphose. They can Hydroblast, Hydroblast and we'll Pyroblast back. Make a red, Pyroblast this. We're going to go red, Manamorphose for red. Finding a swamp. Let's play a Synthesizer, I guess. Find a Night's Whisper. Alright, I'll cast that. Got a lot of cards in hand. Play a land, play an Astrolabe. We find a mountain. Let's pass the turn. I think they're probably going to play the Cryptic Serpent this next turn, so we probably want to crack the Synthesizer. They find a Spell Pierce off the top. They get in for 3. They can Sanctuary back their Deprive. Sanctuary enters the battlefield. They put the Hydroblast on top. Let's crack a Synthesizer. Finding a Deadly Dispute. I know they have a Spell Pierce. I'm going to chain some probes over here. Looking for more mana. We have a Pyroblast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probe again. Go to 9. Dark Ritual. Use a counterspell. Okay. I will attempt to dispute the Astrolabe. They have a Spell Pierce. Ah, that was a bummer. It's in for 3. So 1 counterspell down. 1, 2, 3. They have Hydroblast in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's their hand. Let's go Synthesizer. Play a Flame Breather. A Lotus Petal. I pretty much have to hit. I think I have to hit a relay. I'm gonna Cabal Ritual. They don't do anything. We play a counterspell. I'm gonna make a red Pyroblast counter target spell. So my relay deck did not work. That was weird. Okay. Begin sideboarding, I guess. What happened there? Okay. So that was odd. Gives me another chance. Alright, I'm just gonna resubmit here. They said they had Echoing Truth in hand. I don't think Echoing Truth. I guess they could just bounce both my creatures. Tough. And I lost a lot of time, and then we went into a draw. Scary. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna keep. This is a weird hand. Let's probe you. Okay. They have Counterspell, Delver, Terror, Thoughtscour, Consider. I'll go land Eldon's Cane. Pass the turn. I really don't want to Deadly Dispute that. Plays a Delver. They can Counterspell next turn. Land. Probe. Trying to hit a relay here. Pyroblast. Let's go Dark Ritual. Deadly Dispute on the Lotus Petal. We found it. Let's go. Petal. And to a Galvanic Relay for 6. Pass a turn. Find a Kessig. What else? 1 Cabal Ritual. Oh boy. Night's Whisper. Pyroblast. And a Probe. Okay, they play the land. They're holding up Counterspell. 1, 2. This. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's their cards. Maybe this one is new. Alright, we found a Rite of Flame. That's very good for me. Land. Rite of Flame. Wall Ritual. Play the Flame Breather. We're going to Pyroblast. Countering the Counterspell. Oh, they gave us a bunch of time back. It's weird. Really odd. I think that there was like a hotfix that just got applied. We're going to probe you. Need another relay. Draw. Okay. Night's Whisper. They go to 18. Let's Night's Whisper again. I know we can't relay after this. Okay. I feel like this is probably fine. So let's pass the turn. Or I can go Kessig Flame Breather. I can go Rite of Flame into Kessig Flame Breather into Pyroblaster thing. I don't think I'm going to pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if it flips. Does not flip. Perfect. They thought scour themselves, milling Lorien Revealed Island. Okay. Plays an island. They have Mystic Sanctuary coming up. Land. Play a Kessig. Okay, I'm going to just attack. So I think we might be able to just like burn them out slowly here. We are at 9. Play a Consider. Let's see if they surveil down. We keep a card on top. So let's see what card they kept on top. They Blue Blast. We will counter. I'm going to say that's fine. See what happens on their upkeep. Play this land, I think. No, the Consider. Doesn't flip. They play a Consider. They mill an island. Okay. I'm holding the Pyroblast for the Terror at the moment. I should probably end step Pyroblast their Delver, though. They get in for 1. We need some card draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to Sanctuary. What are you going to return, though? Lorien? They return a Blue Blast. Okay. They're going to Probe. Okay. Counter the Terror. Hang you to 13. We know now they have a Blue Blast in hand right now. They Blue Blast. Counter the Terror. They have a Spell Pierce. Okay, that's bad. Okay, play a Swamp. I'll pass the turn. Delver does not flip. They're gonna Gush. Crazy. Another Terror. That's bad. They get in for 5. So I don't really have anything that I can do here. Go to 3. We're dead to a flip Delver. They probably have a bunch of counter spells in hand. We'll Rite of Flame. Deadly Dispute the Feldon's Cane. Play an Astrolabe. Go to 9. Seems like they don't have anything at the moment. Play Cabal Ritual. Orphos. They go to 7. Play an Astrolabe. They're at 6. Come on! Synthesizer. They're saying there's a chance. Let's Deadly Dispute the Synthesizer. They go to 4. We need 4 more spells. Couldn't get there. GG. Let's see if there's anything left. I feel like, I guess if I wanted to play the Galvanic Relay deck, I should have just had more stuff going on. That's just my problem. Like, Transition to Relay didn't really work out. And if I had, like, a bunch of Squirrels, I probably would have been fine. Maybe I should have gone Relay game 2 and then Squirrels game 3. Or maybe, like, I just had too many lands and my transition package just wasn't good enough. All right, we'll see you in round 4. All right, this is match 4 versus Diego Brando. We're on the play, and he's playing Blue-Black Turbo Initiative. Okay, we keep this hand. It's got Probe, Astrolabe, Dark Ritual. I feel like we have double cantrip, so it's worth keeping here. Our opponent mulligans to 5. Our turn, we're going to go land, play the Astrolabe, and pass the turn. Finding a Swamp. Our opponent goes Gitaxian Probe and Peat Bog. We draw Lotus Petal. Let's lead on Gitaxian Probe. So we see scary land, sinkhole. So might as well just play out our land and pass. I just play another mountain. And our opponent, they're going to sinkhole the mountain. That's fine. Plays a scary. Okay. We draw a Synthesizer. So I'm just going to cast that in case I draw land. I found a Lotus Petal. Play a land. I think I'm going to pass the turn here. They don't have any threats. The sinkhole is gone as well. So let's see if they have an initiative creature. They're going to Dark Ritual. So they have 1 unknown in hand. And it could be the initiative. They play Ara. I don't know how to pronounce this. They play the sneak. Ara. I don't know. I'm not doing it. So they're going to go into the dungeon, grab a land, an island. My turn. Now I actually want to try to go for it. Because I want to get some creatures on the table. I find a Synthesizer. Let's play that first. Find a Deadly Dispute. So let's Dark Ritual and Deadly Dispute one of the Synthesizers. We reveal a Lotus Petal. Draw 2 cards. Galvanic Relay and Deadly Dispute. We have 1 mana, 2 mana here, 3, 4, 5. So we could Deadly Dispute the other Synthesizer plus 6 mana here. Play Lotus Petal. Lotus Petal.
I'm trying to get a big relay. I'm going to Deadly Dispute the Synthesizer. Finding a Cabal Ritual. Draw 2 cards. So I guess probably want to just go Dark Ritual here. I'm going to Cabal Ritual from Exile. Tap for red. Manamorphose. I'm going to go red. Draw a card. I find a Synthesizer. I went red-green just in case I drew the Chatterstorm. Let's play the Synthesizer. Finding a Rite of Flame. So I could actually just go Rite of Flame and then First Day of Class and then Synthesizer, but I'm going to just crack the Synthesizer looking to see what we draw. Did not draw anything, but I do have a 2/2 now. And then I can play the Lotus Petal and then Relay for 12. That is huge. And we reveal a ton of stuff. There's the Chatterstorm, another First Day of Class, so they're dead on the next turn for sure. They have Island. They're going to go put the counters on the sneak, swing in for 3. They don't even swing in. Okay, so they're very dead. Okay, my turn. Draw a Probe. Let's lead on Probe. They just have lands in hand. So now we're just going to execute. I float a bunch of mana. Dark Ritual. Rite of Flame. Cabal Ritual. Gitaxian Probe them again. We find an Astrolabe. We can cast the Astrolabe off the other Astrolabe. Or we can play the Mountain and cast the Astrolabe. So I play the Astrolabe off the Mountain. Draw a card. Dark Ritual. Storm is currently 8. Cast Manamorphose, making green mana. Or just red mana, okay. You can cast the Cabal Ritual. Now I'm just doing the thing. Cabal Ritual. Manamorphose, making green. No, it's still red. Okay, fine. I was just going really big. And I think I actually broke Magic Online here. Let's just let it play out. So we're just going to do the thing. Astrolabe, draw a card. Rite of Flame. Cast First Day of Class, pitching a card. First Day of Class, pitching a card. First Day of Class again. We crack the Synthesizer, making a 5/5. Manamorphose for green. First Day of Class, pitching the Mountain. Play the Astrolabe. Storm is 21. We play Gitaxian Probe. We play Chatterstorm. And our opponent concedes to an army of 5/5 squirrels. Awesome. We'll see you. Let's go to the post board. All right, post board here. Let's check out the sideboard. I did not sideboard. That makes a lot of sense to me. We're just trying to race. We just do the thing, and ours is going to be faster. We have double Probe and Astrolabe, so I think this is a keep. Our opponent keeps 7 as well. They go Gitaxian Probe Island. I find a Relay. I will go Probe and see what they're up to. They have Battle Rager, Petal, Dispel, Petal, and Swamp, Underdark, Explorer. So I don't necessarily want to play into the Dispel. I think it's better to just play the Astrolabe here. Draw a card. We draw the Chatterstorm. So our opponent could blow all of their mana and play a Battle Rager here. They play Lotus Petal, tap their mana. They play the Battle Rager. They grab a Swamp. So that's their hand plus an unknown. My turn. Find a Mountain. So let's Probe right away. They have Hymn to Torok, Swamp, Dispel, Underdark, Explorer. So I want to see what I can accomplish. Let's Rite a Flame into Experimental Synthesizer. Find a Manamorphose. So I think I'm going to play the Cabal Ritual. Now I have 3 mana. I can red off the Astrolabe, go Manamorphose. We'll go red-green. In case we draw a Ritual. Did not draw a Ritual, we draw a Probe. We can probe our opponent again. It's the same cards. And we have 6 in the graveyard. So this would make us have only 4 mana. I think the plan here is just to relay for 7. Especially because they have Hymn to Torok. We relay, and we reveal a bunch of cards. Dispute, Synth, Chatterstorm, Dark Rit, Petal, Manamorphose, and a Mountain. So if they do Hymn to Torok us, the best cards for them to take, for us to have discarded, would be these 2 cards. All right, the initiative makes this a 3/7. They attack us. They Hymn to Torok. They take just our lands, which was the best possible outcome for us. They get in for 3. Now, they do have the Dispel in hand, and it is being represented right now. We find a Lotus Petal. We'll play the land from exile. Start off with a dark Lotus Petal. Okay. Dark Ritual. No Dispel there. Let's play Cabal Ritual and see if they dispel. Looks like they're holding it for the first day of class. So we're going to play a Synthesizer. We're looking for two first day of classes, basically. Find a Dark Ritual. So we will Dark Ritual. Deadly Dispute. I mean, okay. We reveal, and we're going to draw 2 cards. They're going to dispel the Deadly Dispute, okay? So now we need to Manamorphose for red. Okay, and then crack the Synthesizer, looking for first day of class. Synthesizer, crack. Did we get there? First day of class. Easy game. That's it. We win. The match was pretty fast. I think like this was clearly a good matchup for us as long as we can achieve our goals and put squirrels on the table. And that makes us 3-1. We make the top 4, and we'll see you in the top 4 matches. All right, we are in round 1 of the top 4 of the Pauper No Ban tournament. We've got Chatterstorm in hand. Our opponent's playing mono blue. We have Probe to see what's going on their side, and we can go like Dark Ritual, Deadly Dispute into Chatterstorm early and just slam in maybe. That might be a good play. Let's just see what they're up to. They lead on Island and Preordain, so they could have Daze in hand. If they don't have Daze, we can make a lot of squirrels and attack. I believe they're playing a Fairies deck. Let's go Land and Probe. Okay. They've got Snap, Counterspell. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm just going to go for it. Let's go Dark Ritual, Deadly Dispute on the Lotus Petal. Go Rite of Flame, green. I'll make 7 squirrels, pass the turn. They can get rid of one of them, but this is a 4-turn clock. And then I can rebuild slowly over time. They're going to Preordain instead. Okay. So they cannot snap my squirrel right now. Plays an island. Okay. This swamp. I'll attack for 7. I guess if I'd waited 1 turn, we could have had all that plus a relay and completely buried our opponent. They go to 13. They're going to snap. Okay. So snap is gone. They have Counterspell and Treasure Cruise. And they scoop it up. We squirreled them. So the question I have is whether or not I want to go for a secondary plan. I have to look at their deck list. So it looks like the only interaction they have for creatures on the table is Snap. So I'm just going to keep the deck as is. And we'll just try to navigate around their counters. I don't think I can keep a 1-lander, unfortunately. This is a pretty strong hand, but I'm going to mulligan. All right, I think I can keep this 1-lander. Let's get rid of 1 Manamorphose. And hopefully they don't want to daze my Astrolabe. Oh, never mind. They see what's going on. Goes land, go. I will attempt to play an Astrolabe. I guess if they want to daze, it's okay. All right, they let that happen. Land and plays a Cloud of Fairies, untaps their lands so they can attack next turn, and then Ninja. But then we'll see what's up. We have a bunch of mana. I'll pass the turn. As long as we're making land drops, we're good. Like, combo is better if you can make your land drops. They play an island. Gonna attack. I think they have Moon Circuit Hackers and Ninjas. Ninja the Deep Hours is. We have a second Chatterstorm. Let's pass the turn. They have 4 mana available. They're getting in. No Ninja. We have a Gataxian Probe. Let's probe. Okay, Counterspell, double Spell Stutter, Daze. I think I passed the turn. Now that I have Relay in hand, I want to try to catch them with not doing stuff. Like, I need to pinch their mana by casting spells. So we can maybe end step a Manamorphose or play a Synthesizer here. Find a Rite of Flame. Spell Stutter, Daze. So unfortunately, I'm not in a good spot. I think if I Rite of Flame, they might not do anything. If they don't do anything, because this is only giving me 1 mana, then I can Synthesizer, and then they counter, and then I play a Chatterstorm. They're going to Spell Stutter. Okay. So I'm going to go for a mini Chatterstorm. Start putting on the pressure. That also clears my hand up a little bit. They're going to counter one of the Chatterstorms. So we have 2 creatures on the table. And they're going to daze another one. That is extremely aggressive. Okay. So they have Counterspell in hand. Okay. Gets in for 3. Maybe they have a ninja then? Okay, no ninja. Find a land. Let's go Dark Ritual. Counterspell. Try Dark Ritual again. Counterspell again. Okay, land. Let's Manamorphose. Black, red. If I find a ritual, I can relay, and if I don't find a ritual, I can make squirrels. All right. Green. Squirrels. Attack you. So they have 4 turns to kill me, and I can kill them in 3 turns. So I'm not sure if I can win here. They play Of One Mind and a Preordain. So this next turn, I probably want to go Synthesizer into Relay. The attack is down to 9. Okay. So we have to be careful about Gitaxian Probes. Let's play a Synthesizer. They're going to Hydroblast. Sweet. So now we get to draw 3 cards with Relay here. And we'll attack you. Found Rite of Flame, Swamp, first day of class. So if they have nothing, we can first day of class and kill them. Plays a island. What do you got? 2 cards in hand. Okay, we're at 6. Plays a Cloud of Fairies as a blocker. I'm surprised. 1 card in hand. Land. Play Rite of Flame. Let's Manamorphose. Black, red. We'll go red, green. Play Rite of Flame again. Okay, I guess I cast first day of class. They have another Spellstutter Sprite. So I guess they can win here if they have exactly a ninja. Galvanic Relay. So we're hoping that they can't top, but we're going to just slam some squirrels. Attack. They didn't set up their hand, I think, so let's see what they've got. They have to have a ninja here, or they die. Of course, blue is pretty good at setting up the blocks, or the attacks. Okay, cross your fingers. We survive at 1. Plays an island, GG. Squirrel's too strong, I love it. Oh, we'll see you in the finals. And in between, we will have the recording of the other match. All right, we're in the finals playing Chatterstorm. We're versus Lucas Kowalski, and he's on Mono Blue Terror. So Delver and Tolarian Terror with Murmuring Mystic as well. This hand seems keepable as long as it doesn't we're on the play so we can fight through days. Land Astrolabe, see what it would do. We could Rite of Flame into Synthesizer on turn 2. So it's pretty reasonable. We have all of our colors if the Astrolabe resolves. Our opponent mulligans to 6 and to 5. They might be going after an Echoing Truth. They are playing 1 singleton Echoing Truth in their deck, so we can't just slam a bunch of squirrels and let it be. A lot of times when you're fighting through Echoing Truth, you want to go for Storm off, play squirrels, go for the attack, the Echoing Truth it, and then you post board, just play more squirrels. Alright, they keep 5. We're going to go land Astrolabe. We draw off the Astrolabe, we find a Lotus Petal. I think I'm going to hold that. We could consider playing the Lotus Petal on turn 2, just so that we can play Astrolabe through days. They play a Delver. 4 cards in hand. Alright, Lotus Petal. Play an Astrolabe. It's going to resolve. We find a first day of class. Alright, so I'm going to pass the turn. Next turn, I'm going to filter for red and go Rite of Flame and see if that resolves. And then I can Rite of Flame again into a Synthesizer. They could have a Counterspell up. They reveal a Counterspell, so if they have 2 mana, they can Counterspell. They're getting in for 3. It looks like no second island, so they probably have Daze or something. They're cycling a Lorien for that second island. They play it. So I have Counterspell in hand. We find Chatterstorm. Okay, so this might be the turn. Let's Rite of Flame. Rite of Flame again. They're going to Spell Pierce. I'm not going to pay. Let's play Synthesizer. That resolves. If I find a mana, I can Chatter. Not looking good for us right now. They have Counterspell in hand. That Spell Pierce was pretty brutal. We're at 14. They have Counterspell. We find a Galvanic Relay. Alright. I have to hang out, do nothing. I need lands or a Dark Ritual. We're getting beat down by this Delver. They have Counterspell in hand. 3 mana now. We find a Dark Ritual. Let's pass the turn. Okay. They attack for 3. I need 1 more mana. They're not going to play anything. Find a Cabal Ritual. So I'm going to attempt to Deadly Dispute an Astrolabe on their end step. They get in for 3. With Dark Ritual. Plan is to Deadly Dispute the Astrolabe if this resolves. We can play... So they're trying to figure out if they want to counterspell or daze or anything. They're going to counterspell. Okay. So I cannot play through daze unless I find another mana source. Let's try a Cabal Ritual. They have a counterspell, I'm dead. Yeah, okay. Darn. So we just didn't have enough mana. Maybe we could have waited 1 more turn. So I think I want the Pyroblasts and some lands. And then I'm going to cut on some Cabal Rituals. And a couple, like 1 First Day of Class, 1 Chatterstorm, 1 Astrolabe. I need the Night's Whispers too. Bring these Cabal Rituals out. So I'm trying to go for more lands and more card draw, and then a little bit of interaction. We're on the play in game 2. Keeping that. Alright, we have Probe and Pyroblast. Seems like a keep. We can play the Mountain and then Pyroblast an early Delver potentially. They play a Taxian Probe. We could Pyroblast that. Whatever. They play an Island, play a Delver. I'm going to go Pyroblast. Okay, that resolves. We have a Rite of Flame. Let's probe them. And we reveal Scour, Delver, Counter, Sanctuary, Island. Final Lotus Petal. Let's try Rite of Flame into Synthesizer. Finding a land. Play the land. I can play out my Lotus Petal and then just Deadly Dispute the Lotus Petal and pass the turn. Let's see if they want to play the Delver. They probe us, so they drew Probe for turn. Plays a Delver. Plays a Delver. So we know all the cards in their hand. Let's play a Sanctuary or a Synthesizer. Find a Dark Ritual. Let's play, I guess, play the Astrolabe. Let's Dark Ritual. Make a red. Manamorphose, black red into red green. And then I think I'm just gonna crack a Synthesizer. So this other Rite of Flame makes 3 mana. I can crack another Synthesizer and have another Samurai, but it doesn't do anything for me. Or I can just, I feel like I do have to cast it. Rite of Flame. I can also just First Day of Class to pitch the Swamp. So let's just do that. Okay. So in 2 turns, our opponent can Sanctuary something back and flip both the Delvers. They find an Echoing Truth at the top. That's bad. They get in for 6. I think we're just going to get spanked here. Cycles Lorien, finding an island. Plays the island. Let's crack the Synthesizer. Finding a mountain. Play the mountain. I mean, we don't really have a shot anymore. So they can Echoing Truth this. We have nothing we can do. We would have to just have some sort of Insano chain, but they have Counterspell to stuff our first turn, so we're good. GG's. So we ended up 2nd place, which is pretty good. Looks like I need a better plan versus Mono Blue, because that was tough. I only really went 1 and 2 versus Mono Blue. Pretty intense. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.